Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on my video. You wanted to know, what's the multitasking myth? Well, I will let you know. I will let you know what that myth is and why it's a myth. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm actually going to give you 4 steps on how to tackle the multitasking myth and how to actually boost your productivity, your efficiency, and how you're going to kick some goals in 2020. So if you're interested in how to bust the multitasking myth and really increase your productivity, keep on watching. All right, guys. We're in it. We're about to get started. The multitasking versus single tasking competition. First of all, before I get into the myth and why it's a myth and all of that kind of jazz, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a summary on what multitasking is. Now, I'm pretty sure we all know, but just in case, it's the illusion of doing multiple things at once. Now, I say illusion for a reason. Now, the reason why it's an illusion, very simple. It is impossible for a human being to do multiple complex tasks at the same time. Now, I know there's going to be someone out there going, yeah, but I can walk and breathe
at the same time, so I can multitask.
You know what? You're right. You can. You actually can do that, absolutely. And our physiology and our biology and everything it is to be human is so smart that those simple tasks where conscious effort is not needed, that is, it's instinctual and just happens, you can do multiple things at once, like breathing and walking and blood pumping and doing all the other wonderful things that our body can do. However, that is not what we're talking about today. We are talking about the complex tasks, the things that require our conscious, aware brain power. So reading, texting, listening to music, talking to somebody else, all those kind of things, complex tasks. Now, why can't we do them all at the same time? Because I don't know about you guys, but I often think that I'm doing lots of things at once. Like I'm listening to music, I'm responding to my friend, and then I'm also talking to somebody else right here. Clearly I'm multitasking, right? Bow, bow. Incorrect. You're actually not. What's really happening is the illusion of multitasking, and the only thing that's really happening is you're actually just shifting your attention from one task to the next task with the illusion of doing it at the same time. So let me explain. When you're listening to music, you are currently focusing on that one thing. Now you've gotten a text. Now you need to think about what you're writing and you're texting and you're thinking about it and you're doing that thing. Now you're actually no longer listening to the music really. You've actually shifted your attention from your music to the texting. So now you're actually texting. So now you're texting, someone's talking to you. Now, you shift your attention to the person that's talking to you. Now, you still have music playing in the background and you're not really listening to that. Now you've got a text going and you're not really focusing on what you're saying here. Now you're starting to focus on this one person here. So as you can see, you're not actually doing things at the same time. You're just shifting your attention. Now, a couple things happen when you're shifting that attention. Delaying finishing that specific task because you need to switch your attention. Now that creates some lag time. You're actually adding on some seconds, adding on some minutes every time you switch your attention. Next thing that happens is pretty much what happens to all of us. We leave room for error. And why is that? When you switch your attention from one thing to the next, and then you have to go back to the thing that you were doing before, you're actually relying on your memory. Now, because you weren't fully focused at the time, chances are you've actually forgotten exactly where you were. So you kind of have to guess. And lots of errors and mistakes happen in that process. So, really quick, we've now understand that multitasking is an illusion of doing multiple things at once. It's an illusion because you're actually not doing it at once, you're just shifting your attention. When you're shifting your attention, you're creating a bit of lag time. So you're slowing yourself down and you're also opening up yourself for errors and mistakes, right? So, time out, bit of halftime stats for y'all about multitasking. So they say that millennials, who often have the illusion of multitasking, they actually multitask or shift from one activity to the next about 27 times per hour. Per hour. That's almost once every couple minutes, guys. Almost once every couple minutes, we are shifting our attention to something else, right? Now, next little interesting bit of news. Productivity actually decreases by 40% when you are multitasking. So the illusion that you think you're creating of being really productive and getting things done, you're actually slowing down and you're making mistakes, thus decreasing your productivity and efficiency. Now, some even weirder facts. They say that while you're multitasking and doing those cognitive tasks, you're losing 15 points off your IQ during that time. And on a more permanent basis and long-term basis, people that multitask longer and more often are said to lose their emotional intelligence and decrease their brain density. Multitasking, not cracking up to all it's, meant to be at the moment, by the sounds of it, right? So, if you guys want to achieve some stuff in 2020, you got some goals, you really want to get there, you want to get some stuff done, new decade, new me, all of that fun stuff. Cool. I'm glad that you're here. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Here's a few steps on how to kick the multitasking habit, how to really increase your productivity. Actually increase the productivity. Really simple. 4 steps. You'll nail this. You know how to do all this already. It's within you. All right, ready? Number 1. Step 1. Write a list. The amount of people that tell me, no, Dasha, I have it all in my head. I don't need to write a list. Yep, that may be so, but here's what often happens with people that don't write lists. Either they forget of the things that they thought about that they needed to do, or you actually get a lot more distracted because you don't have your priorities and to-dos in front of you. You are easily distracted by other things that come up and you forget that that's there in the moment, and you actually end up focusing on other things. And oftentimes those people will say, where did that day go? It just felt like I did nothing all day and the day's gone. You gotta write a list, guys. Intention is absolutely everything. If you want to achieve anything ever, intention, and the intention is set with a list. Put it down on paper. That's your step 1. Now, step 2. This is something I've been doing ever since I can remember. It really helps me actually achieve everything on my list, because it's not enough to just write it down. You actually got to action it, right? Now, little trick and mistake that people make. They write too many things on their to-do list. They get ambitious, They want to get all of it done. Now, it's like that saying, when my eyes are too big for my stomach. Similar thing with tasks. Your eyes are too big for your ambition. You think you can achieve all of this stuff, which is awesome, amazing. Now you just got to check yourself. Make sure that that's actually going to happen. So what you do is you allocate a time. You allocate a time to each task. So let's say, do emails from 10 to 11. Then I have a break half an hour. And then from 11:30 till, let's call it 1:30, I write a report, and then I have an hour break. Now, you want to write all of those things down right next to those tasks. If you want to go a step further and go a bit crazy like me, I actually timestamp absolutely every single thing that I will be doing in my day. As in, wake up at 5 a.m., brush teeth and shower by 5:15, downstairs journaling with coffee, 5:30, driving to the gym by 6:30, finish at the gym at 7:30, back home. Literally, I will write down, get changed, eat breakfast, all of the stuff that you're gonna do, but I write it all down with timestamps. Now, one of two things is gonna happen. You're gonna write it down and realize, I actually have heaps of time. I don't need to stress about all of it. It's all gonna get done. Sweet. Mickey. Or number two, you're gonna realize that you actually don't have enough hours in the day. So that'll help you readjust your tasks so that you stay motivated to continue doing them and getting up every morning and feeling good about yourself. So that's your first two steps, right? You wanna write your list and you wanna allocate a time. Once you've done that, step 3, real simple. Get rid of your distractions. Get rid of them. Do not have your phone near you. Do not have music near you. Go away from the people that talk to you all the time. Food. Don't eat while you're doing your task. I know a lot of people like to snack on things, but that's actually a distraction. I used to be a studier or worker and eater, but while you're doing that, you actually have to switch your focus to eat and then go back, and then to eat, and then go back, and then eat, and then go back, and then you're constantly thinking about the eating. Same thing with your phone. It's not enough to just leave it sitting there and not open, right, face down. Yes, you may not be looking at it, but you're still thinking about that phone. How many notifications have I had? Oh, I just want to look at it just once. Oh, what if I just... And that constant thinking about it is going to stop you from focusing on what you need to do. And you're actually going to be shifting your attention anyway to your phone, whether or not you're looking at it. So, golden rule for step 3 is out of sight, out of mind. 100%. It has to be done. I know it sounds like it's going to the nth degree, but guys, this is super important. Probably the most important step out of all of it for this to work, okay? So that's just step 3. Now, once you've done all of that and you start doing your tasks, the last step, and this is one that I personally struggle with the most. So if you have a similar issue, I feel ya, I'm gonna help you out. Step 4 is focus purely on your task. Now, a lot of us tend to wander a lot in our heads and we start doing things, and once we start doing a bit mundane or routine things, we start going off in our heads and having a few thoughts and we're off with the fairies. No, you must focus on the task at hand. When that starts happening, like it does to me often, what you need to do is actually get up. Get up, walk around for a couple minutes, stretch a little bit, do a bit of yoga. I don't know, do whatever you need. But get up, walk around, come back and think and focus again. You cannot be thinking about other things consistently while you're trying to do a task, because that is also a form of distraction. You need to focus fully on what you're doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's your 4 steps to ultimate productivity in 2020. Efficiency, productivity, achievement, success. It's 4 steps. Really simple. Number 1, write a list. Number 2, timestamp next to your to-dos. Number 3, get rid of the distractions. Gone. And number 4, focus. You want to focus on the task. If your mind is wandering, get up, walk around, stretch, have a dance, have a boogie, do whatever you want, and then get back to it. Because ladies and gentlemen, multitasking is a myth. It's busted. We've fired it. We know what's up, and we're not here for it anymore. We are single tasking in 2020 for ultimate productivity and efficiency. That's it, guys. It's that simple. Real easy today. If you enjoyed today's video and you really like the tips, please subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you know when I upload again. I generally tend to upload every Tuesday and or Wednesday. And I basically post about, mind hacks and emotional hacks and productivity hacks and all that fun stuff. So if you want to hear a little bit more about that, you know what to do. Also, if you do try this out, please let me know in the comments below, because I do like to hear how people do with these tips and tricks. Alright guys, that's it for me today, and I'll see you next week. Bye!